The sights on it are just factory, which is pretty lame. The magazine release button here is a lot chunkier than on my last Glock, and I really like that.
The slide release is ambidextrous on both sides. The safety is ambidextrous on both sides.
The Nintendo Zapper Ruger LCP, my Wolverine LCP2.
This is a variant of the gun that John Wick used in John Wick 1. He used a P30L, so it's a little bit longer.
But you can see the 38 Special along the top, and it looks like it did almost as much damage as the 38 Special, even though the bullet's only about half the size.
Shoot her! Yes! For science.
Oh! Okay, so we're back out on the range today with Martin, and Martin has made some ballistic gel, which is really cool. I kind of feel like we're on Mythbusters right now. I've never had a chance to mess with ballistic gel before, and it's really cool.
It's really easy. I got the recipe from a guy on YouTube.
If you feel it, it's like all slimy. Just feels really funky. It's like a big block of Jello, but it's got like more consistency.
Funny story, it's made out of gelatin.
And you just got all this at like the supermarket, or?
Yeah, I went to I don't know where it was. One of the stores, one of the big chains, and I bought 3 boxes of gelatin, which was like, I don't know, 10 bucks. And mixed it with water for all the directions that I got off of a guy on YouTube. He posted the recipe, and I borrowed it. And we got these. This one here has a blood pack.
Yeah, that one's super cool. Martin fixed this in 2 stages so that he could put a pack of blood in the center of it. So this thing should be lots of fun to shoot.
And this one here has a blood pack in it, so we're going to shoot that one with a 357 and see how it turns out. This one we're going to shoot with Wes's
38 Special.
38 Special, and then my 9. And we'll see what happens.
Now, did you cook this stuff in your oven?
No, so you mix it all up and you let it sit for a little bit, and then you put it on the stove until it just starts to boil, and you take it off and you pour it into your mold. Once you pour it into your mold, you put it in the fridge, and it says 36 hours, but I went like 48.
Okay, so it's just gelatin and water.
Yeah.
And you boil it on the stove, and then you dump it in the mold and put it in the fridge.
That's it.
That sounds really easy.
Yeah. You got to put it in a non-stick thing. Because I didn't at first, and then
you couldn't get it out. Yeah.
So this one's actually the mold of a ammo box that I had.
Oh, okay.
For a big box of 223 that I had.
And it's probably got like that layer of whatever it is on the inside of the box,
actually put
right?
cooking spray. That's why it's so slimy.
The what?
Cooking spray.
Oh, cooking spray. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty cool. So anyway, we're going to put some slugs in it and see what happens here. Martin's got a super high-powered camera over there, so hopefully we can get some slow-mo of it going through the ballistic gel, just like on Mythbusters. But we'll see if we can actually get that or not. That won't be on this channel. That'll be on Martin's channel. I will put a link to that in the description. So here we go. This is a 9mm.
I'm going to shoot for the bottom.
That was pretty awesome. So you can see the hole.
Holy shit, that was cool.
Yeah, the hole itself is actually really small. In fact, you can like barely feel it right there. But then as you go along the ballistics gel, you can see that it just kind of ripped a big freaking hole through it.
That shit's fucking cool.
And then out the back here, it's actually just got a very small puncture hole. So the ends of this thing are hardly damaged at all, which is actually kind of surprising. But you can see on the inside of the gel the kind of damage it did, which is really cool looking. As the bullet is rotating, you know, like a football, it just kind of ripped up the whole inside of the gel. It's pretty awesome. This stuff is really cool. Ballistics gel may be awesome, but it's not something that I would recommend taking to the range all the time.
No.
I really like these steel targets that I got set up over here because you can pretty much shoot those all day long. I've already got a video on my YouTube channel about those. But this thing is pretty awesome, but not something that I would recommend for like every single trip to the range because, you know, it's just kind of a pain to fix one of these. So anyway, we're going to shoot the next round with a 38 special and see what happens. Martin, you want to shoot that one too?
No, go ahead.
You want me to shoot it? Okay.
Use
Go
your...
ahead and take the camera.
Guys, it's starting to rain.
Where? This is my Indiana Jones 38 special gun. This has been featured in a whole bunch of my other YouTube videos. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about that. We'll just go ahead and plug it in a hole here. Now you want me to aim for the top?
Yeah, shoot the top. Whoa.
That's so cool. So again, the puncture hole is really, really small. In fact, it might even be smaller than the 9. Look at that. Look at how small that is.
That's tiny.
The inside of it looks about the same. In fact, I think it looks smaller. I mean, if you look at this one down here,
It looks way smaller.
it looks like the 9 actually did more damage than this one.
You can see it twisting,
Yeah.
the 9.
And this one, not nearly as much. And we've got the exit wound. Again, about the same as the 9. But looking at the inside of this thing, it actually looks like the 9 does a lot more damage, which is interesting. I think the 38 Special is a much bigger round.
Yeah.
And it packs more punch. But here it looks like it actually did less damage to the target, which is interesting,
Yeah.
to say the least. Anyway, are we going to be shooting this with anything else, or based on that experiment, I kind of want to shoot it again just to see, you know, what a different caliber round would do. Maybe let's shoot it with a 380.
Let's shoot it with the 357.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Go ahead and cut, and we'll get a couple more guns out here. Okay, so we're going to shoot the ballistic gel here with a 357. Are those hollow points or just straight up?
Yeah, they're like jacketed hollow points, 158 grain.
Okay. Yeah, based on our experiments so far, that the 9mm seems to outperform the 38 Special when it comes to ballistic gel. We're going to shoot it with a couple more rounds here. Martin's going to plug it with a 357. I'm expecting this one to do a lot of damage, but we'll see. Holy cow! There's the 357. Probably, what, about 3 times the amount of damage that the 9 did?
Holy shit. Yeah. I don't know. It mixed up with the 9.
You can see here the puncture hole.
It went through the table.
It's quite a bit bigger on this one. Oh yeah, it looks like you shot it at a bit of a downward angle. So yeah, it ended up going through the bottom of the table here. And here's the exit wound. But yeah, in this area right here, particularly, you can just see how much more damage it did than the other 2 rounds. This is why people like the 357, because it's a very deadly round. No doubt about it. Okay, well, let's shoot it with the 380 and see what happens.
Dad.
Okay, are we rolling?
Yeah, you're all like pretty. Martin's real pretty. You guys are pretty. I'm a good cameraman. Let's go. Let's go, nerds.
So, I've got my Smith & Wesson 380 EZ Performance Center model here. And we're going to shoot a full metal jacket into the ballistic gel, followed by a hollow point. And we'll take a peek at the gel between shots and see what happens here. You guys ready?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and get it right down the center here.
It went clean through.
Yeah, that went right where I wanted it to go. Okay, so we've got one. You can see where the 380 went. It's basically the third from the top here. And it looks like it pretty much did the same amount of damage that the 9 did, surprisingly. You've got, well, the 9 is pretty much blown out by the by the 357 at this point. But you can see the 38 Special along the top. And it looks like it did almost as much damage as the 38 Special, even though the bullet's only about half the size. So that's pretty impressive for just a regular 380 round. I think that does plenty of damage, in my opinion. But let's go ahead and see what the hollow point does.
Yeah,
I'm going to try and shoot it at pretty much the exact same spot.
Yeah, try to go above it.
Just a little above it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
Wow, that one did a lot more damage, it looks like.
Yeah, man, hollow points. They're for shooting humans.
Yeah, the hollow point right here
What?
versus the regular 380 full metal jacket. You can see at the point of penetration, a lot more damage. You also see when it hit the ballistic gel that it hit it harder.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
But yeah, here's the penetration for the hollow point round, and here's the one for the regular round. And you can just tell at the point of impact there's a lot more damage. Based on that, I'm going to be sticking with the hollow points for personal defense.
Yeah.
Just because you can see the difference of the damage.
I mean,
but yeah, that's the ballistic gel really tells you a lot about what you're shooting and what kind of damage it's going to do. Very, very impressed.
But I got one for funsies. I got this one here for funsies.
Okay, yeah, we'll shoot that one here in a minute.
Here you go, Chip. Red button.
You can
Okay, so Martin is now going to shoot the red ballistic gel with the blood pack that he
Yeah.
stuffed in there.
I'm gonna shoot it through the fucking table.
Okay, and is this with a 357 round?
Yes.
I'm backing up.
This should be epically awesome. Let me see if I can get a nice zoom in of the gel before you blow it to smithereens. All right, here we go. Oh!
God.
And the blood went all over the place. That's a very nice effect. I can see people using something like that for, you know, action shots in movies or whatever. Yeah, there's the blood pack, and you can see that the majority of the blood has drained from the thing, but the rest of it's not even hardly damaged, surprisingly. I figured it was kind of going to explode or something.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, it pretty much just, the hole went through and then it just leaked out. Not quite as spectacular as I was hoping for, but still pretty awesome. Martin's just going to shoot the crap out of the thing at this point. I should have stood to your left. I got I got like rained on with shells on that one. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, look, I missed. Either I missed or it moved.
I think it moved a little bit, yeah.
Okay. I want to see under it.
Whoa, got a there's just like a gaping hole in there.
There's your wound. There's your wound you wanted.
That's awesome.
Martin, are you getting it all over your damn hands?
Yeah. Well, thanks for bringing the gel out. That was pretty awesome. I really, really enjoyed the experiment with this one.
You want to play with this one?
Wes, you could stick your whole fist in that one.
Yeah.